What is up, everybody? Freed the Emperor here with a brand new video coming off the back of competing at a very cool event, being the DreamHack Dallas event. And here I am playing Brawlhalla of all things. Who would have figured? But yeah, it's Brawlhalla time. After playing Brawlhalla for a whole weekend, I'm gonna play more Brawlhalla because that's just how we be. Anyway, I think I have a few things to talk about. Mostly that have to do with the LAN. So I'm gonna load up an experimental match. I think my controls are different too. Throw weapon. Yes, they are different. All right, there we go. But yeah, let's get it started right now. I haven't played in a minute. I got home yesterday after a while, but I'll talk about that later. All right, so first things first. LAN, my first ever Brawlhalla LAN. How was it? It was very fun meeting everybody and playing in person. I try to do this lo-fi because then the lyrics are gonna get in the way. But yeah, very fun. I'd like to preface this: seeing everybody and playing in person. There's really nothing that beats it. All right. I really was going in there. It was my first LAN, and I had missed BCX and San Diego, so I was just going off of what people said how it would be. But everything was just fun because there was people that just played the game that I knew for so long, like years, that I just couldn't see in person. So that was very fun. The location, Dallas, it was alright. I thought it was super hot, which go figure, it's Texas, but like, I'm a snowman, dude. I am not built for those types of temperatures. So when I got there and it was like 100 degrees, it just kicked my ass as soon as I got out of the fucking airport. Like, I walked out of the airport and I got hit by like the temperature, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's something up here. And I walked right back into the airport as I waited for my my Lyft driver. That was another thing. I did a lot of lifts because I chose the most affordable hotel, which happened to be 30 minutes from the venue. I'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, after getting to the location, I arrived there Thursday, so a day before the event. And I kind of was just like, okay, I need like a day to sort myself out, right? And then I'll go. So I didn't want to arrive the day of. Wrenched arrived the day of, which was wacky. Bro pulled up to the venue with a whole luggage bag, and I'm like, yo, it's not real. You gotta respect the grind, though. But yeah, I got to my hotel room after like 30 minutes of driving from the airport, and I kind of just ordered a bunch of Wendy's. I was rooming by myself because I couldn't find anybody. So obviously finding someone else would have made it a lot cheaper, but I couldn't. So I was like, okay, whatever. And just stayed by myself. And yeah, I think my hotel accommodations were fine. It was kind of annoying spending so much money on like Ubers, but you can't really do anything about it. This guy wants to kill me. Oh, I missed. Definitely the most annoying part was how much money I had to spend on getting to the actual venue. At least at the start, right at the end, I figured out there was a railway station, like a train. So I just took the train and it was fine. Yeah, I just have to, like on the Uber app, it says like all the different ways you could get to the venue. And I just didn't expect the train to be it was just a fine way to get there. I didn't take it for the first 2 days, like the actual days of the competition that I was competing, because I didn't want to arrive late, and the train took an hour. So I was like, okay, I'll just do Ubers until that. But I did take the train on the last day. All right, enough of that. So let's see here. Arriving at the venue, so I arrived super early, like 8 a.m. And my teammate arrived a little bit after me, but 8 a.m. I pulled up. I was not expecting to see anyone there. So imagine my surprise when I get to the line and I immediately skip to the front because I see a bunch of Brawl players that I know. And thankfully they had their PCX jerseys on that said their names, because otherwise I would have just been lost. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. I would have just straight up been lost, alright? I would have been waiting in that line forever, but I found some actual gamers. I found Sakil and Vulcan and those people, and I was just like, alright, I'm gonna insert myself, and I just kind of skipped past everyone else. So I got my Dallas pass, and as like I walked in and I was in shock of how big the damn place was. And it wasn't even the main stage, because the main stage was like for CSGO, and I was in a completely different side of the building. But I got in, and I immediately rushed to the Brawlhalla section, and I took out my mouse and keyboard, and that's where I was hit with the bad news off rip. So BMG has been well aware of this for the better part of a year now, that mouse and keyboard does not work if multi-keyboard is on. And so you would think that they would fix it since November too, but no. They've completely ignored the problem, at least from what I believe, because it wasn't fixed for San Diego, and it wasn't fixed for this one. And I thought it would be fixed by now, because I didn't see any messages online talking about it. All right, like, you think after not fixing it that they just give a PSA saying like, oh yeah, so mouse and keyboard doesn't work. We won't have a fix for it for Dallas. So if you play mouse and keyboard, you know, practice keyboard only, or you're literally gonna be not having to use your inputs. And of course they don't tell me this. So I get to the venue and I connect my mouse and keyboard, and it doesn't work. And so I'm troubleshooting. I'm like asking the main desk, and they're like, oh, we don't know what caused it. And so I go to the launch options, right? Because they're like, we're on a tournament mode of the game, and the launch options have multi-keyboard enabled, and I'm like, okay, whatever, multi-keyboard's enabled. So I disable it, and then boom, my mouse and keyboard works, and I can set binds to my side mouse button, because that's what I use to dodge. And I'm like, great, I can play the game. I just need to play on a single setup. And this would be achievable, right? Because I did it for ones. I did it the entire time for ones. I played on a single setup. But for twos, the damn TO, who I don't know who he is, but he knows who he is, and I'm pissed off at him. All right, I hate this dude. He's just like, it'd be too much of a hassle for me to set it up for you to play on a single setup. I'm like, it literally, there's an open setup right there. Just like, let me go on it. And of course, bro is like, no, bro, we can't let you do that. All right, we literally can't let you go on a single setup that's open, because there's nobody else playing in your pool right now except for you and your teammate. So you're just gonna have to play against some of the best players in the world while having to learn keyboard on the spot. Sorry, bro, we'll have it fixed by the next LAN, maybe. And so they hit me with that, and obviously, oh, this guy's beating me up. I'm just like, what the hell? Why can't I use my actual controls? That's so stupid. And I have to basically learn keyboard on the fly while having like my teammate carry me. And that's exactly what happened. I just had Yami Dash carry me because I literally couldn't play on my binds. I literally don't play keyboard only. I play keyboard and mouse. And speaking of that, I gotta go learn how to play keyboard only, because it's forced now. Because they're not gonna fucking fix it. I've realized this already. The way the dude acted, I'm like, this TO, he's not gonna tell shit to people. So I got 25th in twos. It was a free 17th if I got to play on my controls. You know, no offense to the people I fought. It was just annoying. I literally couldn't dodge because I can't dodge with my pinky, so I can't use shift. So I had to find controls that worked on the spot for me to be able to dodge. And obviously, like, your mental gets hit as soon as you're told you can't use your controls, bro. The controls you've been playing on for 5 years, you can't use. And so that was annoying. Again, for ones, I could use my controls. For twos, I couldn't. The mode that I only practiced, because I didn't practice ones. I was like, I don't like ones, so I didn't practice it. So yeah, that was definitely the worst thing that happened. Literally got griefed by BMG, not like griefed by that TO, because I'm sure any other TO would have let me just fine. All right, but no, that TO he had it out for me. All right, he also had it out for my teammate, because Yami Dash was like playing on an open setup, and he was going up against like Epi, and they were like just sparring. And then the TO just comes in and he's just like, if you don't get off of this, I'm literally gonna go find your name and then I'm gonna go and ban you. I'm like, okay, this guy. So yeah, definitely not a very fun TO experience, and it was very unfortunate that I couldn't play on my main control scheme. But fuck it, we live and we learn, and now we play keyboard only. So now we're keyboard only. I'll start learning it literally like tomorrow or something. I don't know. I don't really want to like no life for a sec. I top 32, which I'm happy about. You don't get a title for top 32 in like BCX finalists. I'm dead. You don't get a title for top 32 in like BCX finalists, but you'd get a title for attending the event, which is drip, because it's a gold title. I think it's gold or it's orange, one of the two. Like this. So yeah, I'll probably use that title once I get it. And you like they send it to your email. Another thing was that to get a meta dev there, I found this out on the last day, and I have every meta dev, so I didn't really care. I did have people asking me to buy my meta dev off me. Well, I was like, I don't care about this enough to get enough to them to sell. So I literally, like, on the last day, I was leaving. I was literally 1 foot out of the venue. And then my friend just asked me, he's like, yo, could you ask them for, like, a Taros code? And I'm just like, okay, sure. And I hate asking people for codes, because it's like, I feel like a little kid, alright? It's, like, so stupid. Like, asking people for codes. It's not something I like doing. So I like ask Sheepy, who's one of the commentators. I'm like, yo, can I get a meta dev code? Like I waited the whole weekend and I just didn't know who to ask. Because they said you had to ask a dev, but I couldn't find any devs. They're like, oh, you gotta ask the TOs. I'm like, okay, great. So I ask a TO, and he essentially gives me the scoop. He's just like, all right, here you go, and just gives me a Taros code with like a depressed face on his luck. And I'm like, listen, man, I didn't want this either. My friend asked for it. So I get my code, and then I leave the venue. And that was that. Anyways, for 1v1 and 2v2 again, I couldn't play at my max potential. I played 1 game with mouse and keyboard before I was ripped apart, like ripped out of it by the stupid venue host. Not the venue host, the TO. But after I finished my 2s run, I kind of just watched everybody else play, which was fun. Especially when you get to see people in person. I also said hi to everybody on the first day. I was like, oh, I'm Emperor Freed. And they're like, oh, that's cool, bruh. And I got to see a bunch of people that I had never seen before. So that was the first day. The second day was ones. Again, also, I had to play super early in the morning, like 10 a.m. shit. I had both of the early pools, which was whatever. I wasn't tired. I just didn't get any sleep. But I wasn't tired. It was like as soon as I got to the venue, I left all my tiredness behind. What the fuck? Okay, there's something wrong here. There. I hate PayPal. I can't believe they authorized it. Anyway, some stupid payment went through. Alright, so as I was saying, whatchamacallit, the second day I played ones was fine. I fought Acno. I lost to Acno and I lost to Fame Time. And Fame Time I beat online. Like I have a winning tournament record against him online. It's just on land. He kind of waited me out and I wasn't ready for that. So I lost to him. It was whatever. I got 49th. Which I was fine with. Somehow that's still money. So that's cool. I got some earnings from that. And yeah, 49th. 49th and 25th, you know, not the best for placements on a LAN, but I can't really do anything about it. I couldn't play with my actual setup, and then for ones I didn't practice, so you know, fun stuff. Anyways, day 2 was pretty unremarkable. I kind of spent the day exploring the city after I finished with my tournament, which was fun. I like kind of just went out with my teammate who abandoned me. And I know he's gonna watch this video because he watches my videos when he's drunk, and it's hilarious. But yeah, I kind of got abandoned by my teammate on the last day. I was just like, bro, what are you doing? I suck. Hey, I just kind of Went to the airport on the last day, like 8 hours early, which is something in and of itself. I kind of just lost my mind at the airport because of how long I had to wait for my flight. And I'm surprised I didn't like knock out. It was definitely tough. I had two monsters in me. Anyway, last day is when I took all my pictures. And also it was finals, and finals was really fun because I was like watching it while they were playing it live, like right in front of the crowd. And I was sitting next to Magdi and blazing a bunch of like people from NSIG, and it was hilarious. We were like watching the match and we were like analyzing the game, like Use versus Luna, and we'd watch just like Use hit the most like broken land shit ever. It was hilarious, and like he could never get punished, and we were just laughing. We're like, damn, this guy really beating up our whole region for real. And then we see like Use pick up Lance or pick up Bow and just throw it away after down sigging. We're like, yep, that's what's up. Oh my god, overplaying. This guy's insane. I'm not a fan of Scythe. But yeah, that was essentially my land. I got pictures with like Sandstorm, Wrenched, Godly. So that was fun. And yeah, I definitely do it again. Probably next land is probably BCX. So you know, gotta wait till November, but it gives you enough time to activate. Okay, he's the GOAT. I'm just dead. Again, if I could change anything, it'd probably be, you know, the inability to use mouse and keyboard. I've already accepted I'm gonna have to learn keyboard only, but yeah, that was definitely annoying. Outside of that, Wrench has some problems with the setups that he fixed immediately. And, you know, he had to tweet longer about it. It was kind of funny. Oh, what else? Just some closing thoughts here. No, I think it was fine. Again, seeing everybody, very fun. Playing in person, very fun. Not being able to use my controls for 2v2, not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, here we go. I messed up the input. I don't die off of it though. Also, seeing upsets in person was very, very cool. Like something would happen, you just hear the crowd go crazy. That was super fun. And like watching pools games, because you never watch some of the pools games, right? Because they happen off stream. But since you're there, you can just like walk up to their station and like a crowd will form, and you can just watch them. Like I had a crowd when I was fighting Acno, which was very unfortunate since I lost. Definitely could have won. He played like Van Thero, so if I just like sparred against Balloon Boy, I probably would have beaten that guy. Not gonna lie. And Fametown was just, it was whatever. I just played bad against Katars on LAN. Was not expecting to just get beat up like that. Aw. Obvious. Platformed. Alright. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it there. Thanks everyone for watching. And have a nice day. Peace.